Okay, guys, now we're going to rock and roll with our last one, section 2.4 for this week, and it covers max and mins. Okay, a maximum is the highest value of a function. The minimum is the smallest value of a function. To find a max or a min, all you do is say x is equal to negative b over 2a. Look a little familiar? We've been using that all year. We're going to use it again. When they say graph the function and then find the peak for the positive max and the valley for the negative max. So they call them a peak and a valley. Well, if you think about it, that's like a mountain peak. It's the highest point. That's a peak. That's the lowest point. That's the valley. There we go. So now you got a peak and a valley. That's what you do to find this. Now, for this section, you're probably going to want to pause the video for a second and grab your book, because we're going to do a problem right out of the book. We're actually going to do number 1 together. It says, a farmer wants to make a rectangular enclosure using a wall as one side and 120 meters of fencing for the other 3 sides. Well, the first thing you need to realize, okay, here you've got a wall. You don't need to use any fencing there, do you? No. So now you've got this side, and it's a rectangle. So this side has to be exactly the same, x and x. If you have 120 meters of fencing, then this third side is 120 minus 2x. There you go. Now it says, express the area in terms of x and the domain of the function. Well, the area is equal to, okay, let's look at this, the length times the width. So it's just x times 120 minus 2x. There you go. The domain. This is where everybody gets freaked out. How big can x be? And everybody goes, oh, 120. No, it can't. Because if I draw 120, okay, let's think about that. Here's a wall. Here's 120. I'm a farmer. I want to put animals in that pen. How many animals are going to fit and stay in that pen? None. So it has to be at the smallest. It has to be greater than 60. So 0 is less than x, which is less than 60. That's the domain. The x has to be greater than 0, but it has to be smaller than 60. Then it says, find the max. Okay, it says find the value of x that gives the greatest area, so the max. This is part A, part B, down here. Well, the first thing I can do is multiply that area out. So the area is equal to negative 2x squared plus 120x. And remember, the max is going to be equal to negative b over 2a. Well, in this problem, you got negative 120 over 2 times negative 2. So you got 120 divided by 4, which is 30. To get the maximum amount of area, x would be 30. And that would be 30. Okay? So this would be 60. And that would give me the ultimate number of area. All right? So now we're going to do another type. We're going to find the max. For P of x is equal to x minus x1 quantity squared plus x minus x2 quantity squared. Well, me personally, guys, this problem I've never liked in the book because that's far too many x's. You get confused. You need to realize that x1 and x2 are not x's. So I'm going to say let x1 equal a and let x2 equal b. And then rewrite it. X minus a quantity squared plus x minus b quantity squared. Now this is going to be a lot easier. The first thing we need to do is multiply this thing out. Okay? So this is going to be x squared minus 2a. Okay? 2ax plus a squared plus x squared minus 2bx, okay, plus b squared. What you need to realize, that number right there, and that number right there, those are constants. Those are not variables. The only variables are the regular old x's. Okay, so we're going to put everything together. You got x squared plus x squared is 2x squared. The ones with x's, you got minus 2ax minus 2bx plus a squared plus b squared. Now in the middle, I can take this and go, this is 2x squared plus negative 2a minus 2b all times x plus a squared plus b squared. What you need to see here is that's ax squared plus bx plus c. So to find the max, I go over here and go, okay, the max is equal to negative b hit the wrong button, sorry. Minus 2b all over, okay, minus b over 2 times a, which is 2. Well, I can factor a negative 2 out of there and say the max is now equal to negative 2 is 2 times a plus b all over 2 times 2. Well, those two cancel, and I get that it's a plus b all over 2. Well, remember, we substituted x1 and x2, so this is actually, the answer is x1 plus x2 all over 2. And that's what's going to give us what we need. That's all I have for you this week. Okay? Make sure you do the assignments, and good luck.